Welcome to Wales, a land of rolling hills, vast coastlines, and magnificent castles, but also home to a splendid botanical garden. We're at the National Botanic Garden of Wales. This is going to be a lot of fun and really exciting. Let's go check out some beautiful flowers, and they have a magnificent dome here. Conservatory is so unique. Let's go check it out. Located on a site with a centuries-old history, the National Botanic Garden is relatively new, only opening its doors in the year 2000. The garden covers over 568 acres and is home to many rare and threatened plant species.
I need to find birds and a bee. Matthew, put it in the pocket.
Matthew was very excited to tour the garden because upon entry he was given a sheet that identified many plants and flowers that he could find as we toured the site. Although we toured the garden in winter, there were numerous plants and elements that were outside that were still visible and very attractive. In particular, there was a small Japanese garden that really captured my attention. In the 17th century, the Middleton family built a mansion on what is now the site for the botanical garden. Over the following centuries, the land changed ownership many times. Many fine estate homes were built, neglected, torn down, burned down, rebuilt. None of that remains today, but we did find a cave which used to be used to store ice. Historically, ice was only available to the wealthy and elite, and they stored it in cellars or inside of ice houses such as this one, which was built into the side of a hill, dropped down below grade for temperature control, which allowed for ice to be maintained throughout the year. Oh, they have it blocked off. So this is where the ice would have been, down at the bottom of that deep, deep hole.
The ice house was cool, also unexpected.
Visiting the garden in the winter gave us a unique perspective. Although it's in winter, it's really great to come here at this time of year so you can see how the structure of the garden is laid out. You can see those beds with everything peeled back and see how things are really designed. There's trellises in place. You can get a good look at all of that. To take that home and add it to your own garden, you can get some garden design ideas out of what we're seeing here today. Oh, that is nice and toasty warm. And this is a beautiful tropical house. You can tell this conservatory is quite warm. You can see these beautiful bananas here getting ripe on the vine, completely grown here inside of this conservatory. The power of science is astounding. It is wonderful to be able to see bananas grown in Wales in January. Tropical houses are always fun to visit. They bring you face to face with plants that you would not normally see if you're anywhere outside of the tropics. I normally don't see very many daylilies here in the UK, but there are so many planted at this garden. I'd love to come back in the summer and see them in full bloom. Gift shop here as well. You know we love gift shops, guys. And then we love picking up these cool and unique items. Anywhere I can find them, I buy them. Look at this. This is what I picked up so far. Nice little mushroom kind of statue thing. And then Blair wanted this mug. What is that? What do you have? The gift shop had a really cool feature. After we purchased our items, they packaged everything up and then transported it to the front gate so that when we would leave, it would be there, but we would not have to walk through the gardens while carrying all these items with us. While enjoying all aspects of the garden, we have been slowly working our way towards the centerpiece, the massive domed conservatory, and we were finally there. The Great Greenhouse, the largest structure of its kind in the world, measures 95 meters or 312 feet long and 55 meters or 180 feet wide. The massive glass dome contains 785 panes of glass. Designed to replicate a Mediterranean climate, the greenhouse contains plants from Chile, Western Australia, South Africa, California, the Canary Islands, and of course, the Mediterranean itself. It's a beautiful jade tree, the largest I've ever seen. I've never seen one this big before. Absolutely beautiful. Look at this magnificent aloe here from South Africa. This is so beautiful and large. I was very surprised by the size of many of the plants. This is not the newest conservatory, but it's also not the oldest, but the plants have thrived in this environment. Tree. This is not a true tree, but a plant related to daylilies.
It needs the heat and the smoke of bushfires to stimulate the growth of 3-meter-long white flower spikes.
This glass house is so unique. I love the design, the way it's built, the dome that's all glass, and then the earth and dirt all up on the sides, which is best for temperature control. It's a temperate house, so the plants really like this cooler temperatures. Just is such a wonderful experience and a great place to visit. As we ended our day at the Botanical Garden, you can see that spring was right around the corner. Flowers were starting to bloom, buds were starting to come up, and water was flowing everywhere. You know, one thing I really appreciate about this garden, even though it's about 39 degrees Fahrenheit, it's cold and it's winter time and there's not a lot of people here, they still have the fountains running. I appreciate that. All the fountains still going, still running. They're not dropping the service just because you didn't come in the heat of the summer. I appreciate that. Attention to detail. If you ever will, stop by the National Botanic Garden. I think you could enjoy your time there as much as we did. We had a wonderful experience and I hope you have one as well. Hey, if you like this content, be sure to like and subscribe, follow along. And until next time, take care.